Hi and welcome to episode 4 of Grotto Gasper. So much it's been happening here on site since last time we were here together on episode 3. So in episode 4 we're actually going to see and go through some of the main changes and things that happened. You know, it's impossible to document everything into detail, so you may have to use your imagination, but what you're going to see in episode 4 is an incredible development to where we left it at episode 3. So if you haven't watched the first 3 episodes, I will suggest go back, watch episode 1, 2, 3, and then you'll understand exactly how we got here. Come with me.
And the seas, how it's all connected. The flowers and the birds and bees, then all the lights, yeah, we're all infected.
This was probably one of the most complicated aspects of this particular project. If you have watched these videos from episode 1, you'll remember that these are 2 properties that have come together. And there was a small room here which was part of that particular property and a window up here. So we really needed to find a way of bringing these 2 properties together, which obviously they are on slightly different levels. And so how could you actually connect the 2 properties? Well, here you have it. After weeks and an incredible amount of work and people coming together, this was created, a very smooth transition between the 2 environments. It was very important because you are still in one house. It was very important to create the steps in a very comfortable way, in a sense that the step needed to be wide, it needed to be shallow, and that allows you really to go from one area to another and without feeling that you are stepping outside the house. What you will see in future videos is what's going to happen here and how is this going to be closed off to this beautiful courtyard. Yes, and when you see these walls which are super smooth, you may wonder how do they get so smooth from being broken stones.
Questo è un intonaco liscio.
Questa è l'ultima parte.
Questa è l'ultima mano, dopodiché si passa alla pittura.
So before they apply this, what they call black plaster, which is a mixture of cemento, sabbia, fibra. This is really rough. And then after that, they apply this very, very fine gesso, which they need to work over and over. Quindi è un lavoro quasi proprio certosino, con un'attenzione. L'ultima mano. E poi qua su si va...
Sì, una carteggiatina leggera e poi...
Fissativo. So this is really the finish. After this, you just a little sandpaper, and then it needs to be sealed and then painted. But look at the results. All coming together. But how do you create an ensuite bathroom in a large room? Well, first of all, what's very important is to think about where is the water going to run. But in episode 4, we're not going to talk about that because we probably have spoken about this when this was cut onto the floor with all the pipework. But what we're going to be talking about is this. This is a structure that is being purposely built to accommodate the bathroom. Obviously with this beautiful star-shaped ceiling, it would really be not the perfect thing to take it up to the ceiling. Also, in this particular room, the only window that we have, it's above there. So we've got enough height and a very large ensuite bathroom that we have created. But also, it's important to create a structure that is not just made up of the materials that is used to do plasterboard walls or ceilings, because if you ever want to walk above it, if you ever want to store things above it, then obviously you're literally going to perforate and come all the way down. So it's important, the way I designed this, to create a structure which is made of iron and is bolted into the wall, and then the panel gets applied on top of it, and then underneath you will have the structure that will support the plasterboard. And what that means is that the two ceilings are totally independent. Even if you do walk up there, you're not going to crack the ceiling underneath. So very important when you look at this. Now, look at the space that we have created. This is not the door that you're looking through, so if you step back a little bit, you'll understand. Well, this is not the door. The door to enter into the bathroom is a sliding door that fits inside this screen here. So this is a sliding door, you have a panel here and the wall. But what you are seeing there, it's an opening that will allow you to look right through into the shower. Isn't that wonderful? The bed is going to be exactly over there, and you can look through into the shower and then into this little alcove where we expose the stones, and it's got a well on the corner. So the whole thing is going to become very magic. Another project where bringing comfort was also an important element of this refurbishment. And always when you're on the ground floor, you really need to insulate from anything that can push up. So an underfloor heating system gives you two massive benefits. One, obviously the fact that you have this radiant heat, but also you are insulating the ground because of the insulation that goes on the original floor and then the screed or the concrete that goes on top. So you're probably wondering what's happening underneath. Well, here you have a 5 centimeter of insulation system with all the pipework that runs all the way through, and then between 4 to 6 centimeters of screed or cement that is purposely made for underfloor heating systems. Now, when you see these lines across the videos, and you may see some of this blue foam that comes out, it is also important to actually break the screed between the different environments, and it actually creates these expansion vessels. So as the floor moves, it allows really for everything to move without breaking the tiles or the floor that you put above. So absolutely fantastic. And as always, all this incredible pipework runs into these very complex systems. And in this house you have two, which are controlling your entire underfloor heating system. So each one of these rings is actually coming all the way around, controlling the underfloor heating system, and each one of these rings is going all the way around, controlling your air conditioning systems, which also runs from the same machine, which is the heat pump. Incredible work. Oh, I can see you are in the kitchen, because this is exactly what this is going to be. A wonderful island in the middle, capturing the light. Maybe sometimes you struggle to see things and you may need a render and you may need somebody to assist you and help you through. So it's fantastic. Through these videos, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would encourage you to see the previous videos. You have seen really the development and the transformation of these spaces. Sometimes people look at a space and think, oh my God, how am I going to bring that place into something special? Well, it can happen. You need to have a strategy and a vision. So thank you very much for following through these 4 episodes. Episode 5, well, incredible, because now we are getting really towards the finish line. So fine plaster all the way around, flooring started to go in, tiling of bathrooms, doors and windows, finishing touches on the electrics, plumbing, and boom, we've got a beautiful property. So I hope you've enjoyed episode 4, episode 5 coming up. Don't know when. In the meantime, perhaps you can follow the Instagram page, where I do tend to post on a daily basis, so you may see updates of what is actually happening here at Grotto Gasper. Until then, press the little bell, subscribe to the channel, spread the good word, and until the next video comes out, stay safe wherever you are.